Our next guest said that the Toyota case will result in more funds and even criminal authority for the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or the so-called NHTSA. And a former administrator at NHTSA joins us now. We have Joan Claybrook, who joins us from D.C., and Joan testified yesterday at the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform hearing. Joan, welcome to the program. Let me just get your sense of what happened yesterday and what you heard from both Akio Toyoda, the president of Toyota, and also Ray LaHood, the current administrator there.
Well, Ray LaHood is the Secretary of Transportation, and he promised that safety was their first priority and that there wasn't a cozy relationship between the industry and the agency, although I will say that 28 top officials of that agency have left and gone to work for the auto industry in the last 25 years. But he says not under his watch, and that they're going to dig in and get to the bottom of this issue. A lot of people feel that there's an electronic problem here that Toyota continues to deny, and indeed, again, yesterday denied. I think that the president of Toyota, Mr. Toyoda, said that he did not think it was an electronics problem. I think that is not believable by most people. A floor mat maybe can affect a few cars if it's misdesigned, but in fact, many of these crashes and deaths have occurred without a floor mat in the car. And Toyota has put in a brake override, which overrides the accelerator so that you can stop the car, which you can't do now. And that's electronic change in the braking system to override the electronic throttle or accelerator. Why are they putting that in if the floor mat is the fix? So there are a lot of unanswered questions still.
Yeah, and what about NHTSA, Joan? You're a former NHTSA administrator, and we talked to Adelphus Towns, who's the head of this oversight and reform panel that both Akio Toyoda and Ray LaHood were testifying at. He says, what about these sweetheart deals that former NHTSA employees get with these automakers? Basically, they have a job afterwards and then help to negotiate these so-called recalls.
Well, that's right. Two former officials of NHTSA who were in the enforcement office went to Toyota, one in the 90s and one in 2003. Chris Santucci, who went in 2003, was the person who negotiated to close down the investigations that NHTSA had started of sudden acceleration from petitions by consumers who had experienced it. And they helped them close, I think it was 4 out of 5 of the ones that they closed. So it doesn't smell very good. And I think that Toyota was asked, why are you hiring these former officials of the Department of Transportation unless you are trying to use them to influence the decisions of the department as to Toyota?
And Joan, do you think someone needs to lose their job here? I guess people are looking at Ray LaHood, who's the Secretary of Transportation, also NHTSA administrators. But do you think someone's head will roll?
Well, I don't think so, because much of this happened not on Ray LaHood's watch. It happened in the last administration. And so that administrator has left. And I don't know at the next level down in the agency and the engineering staff, I just don't know. But I think that what everyone is hoping is that some important improvements will be made in the agency, that it will be much better funded. It's grossly underfunded. It's grossly understaffed. It's been a stepchild, really, inside DOT. It has 95% of the deaths occur on the highway, and it has 1% of the DOT budget. So it's a very underfunded. And also, I think it needs more authority for criminal penalties for executives who withhold information, cover up defects, don't do recalls. And I think that will change the corporate mentality in terms of responding to the agency and making sure the agency is informed about defective products. So that definitely, also an increase in the civil penalties, and then also, which were, by the way, are $16.4 million, which is chump change for Toyota. They need to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars so that Toyota really pays attention, or other big companies. And then also, I think they need new safety standards.
Yeah, well, Joan, let's talk about funding quickly then, because you said NHTSA needs more cash. Why do you feel then when Obama in his budget planning says he's going to cut discretionary spending even further at NHTSA?
Well, I am very disappointed about that, and I think that It's typical of what's happened to this agency over the years. Auto crashes happen one by one. It's not like a big airplane crash. And people ignore them. And it's just sort of considered a cost of doing business. It shouldn't be. And the agency can do so much more and needs to issue some new safety standards. It needs to improve the rollover protection, where 10,000 people are killed a year. I mean, these numbers are huge. They're so much bigger than in the aviation area. And yet, this agency has a pittance of money compared to the FAA.
Okay, Joan, thank you so much for your time today. Joan Claybrook, former NHTSA administrator.